Hello, good evening. I'm Mr. Tom. This is We All Love Leeds. Before we start, I think it is only right that I start by mentioning a gentleman that is important to the show, who we were notified on Thursday that he lost his life, unfortunately. And it was a big part of the show in that the in my opinion, elaborate intro before the show starts. He essentially created it from scratch. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. But obviously, this gentleman, Bandi Fornosky, he loved Leeds United. That you can never take away from the guy, from Bandy. He had immense faith in the club. And I was hoping that they would come through, if anything, for him, for us, for everyone associated with Leeds United. That turned out to not be true, unfortunately. However, if anyone is interested or is in the area, there's details here for a service for Bandy. But of course, this is how we personally know him in his trusted Leeds shirt. And yeah, so I think I'm just going to start the show. I'm assuming Ben will have some words to say when he does join us, because apparently he is going to join us. He's just running a bit late. But personally, I wouldn't rush to come here either, with all due respect. And yeah, so this is the intro that Bandy made for us, for you, for We All Love Leeds. Good evening, Cool Cats, Cool Dudes, and Bandi Fornosky. Welcome to We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds, although that is obviously very, very much being tested today. In the comments section is Conche, basically like an hour after the game, who basically said, "Get it over with now so John can watch his beloved Rangers. Let's go." Okay. Then he also said, "Leeds were typical Leeds in London. Would have been a lot cooler if they wasn't." And yeah, rest in peace, Bandy. Hello, Jimmy. And thank you, Emerson. Very kind. Thank you. I have I have 7 slides. 3 of them are photos of Wembley. That's how, you know what? I show up. We've lost. We had a week over Christmas period where we lost twice, and I still showed up for this. So I do not want it to be said, "Oh, Tom, you ain't putting in the effort because you like." No, I've sat there and screenshotted 100 photos of bullshit. Pardon my language. For this club in game. I don't know if my internet went. I put in far too much effort for something that I feel like I just don't get out what you're putting into it, to be honest. Anyway, I was just going from bad to worse today. Anyway, if anyone has any opinions on the games, I have nothing to say. But I'm only here because Ben wants to come on. I have nothing to say. Well, I do. It's a lot of anger. But I don't get why we can't win at fucking Wembley. Why not? What is it about the place? We've not scored a goal there in 32 years. If anyone knows who the last Leeds player to score at Wembley was, you'll get a gold star. But anyway, whatever. I'm just... Same old, same old. When did Viduka score for Leeds at Wembley, Mr. Jimmy? Same old, same old. Loads of possession, no end result. Failure to be the first man from crosses, beat the first man from crosses, giving away sloppy goals. Defending was embarrassing for the goal. Just it's literally same old, right? Because we've had players worked hard all year, and ultimately it's amounted to nothing because dropped your concentration for 10 seconds in the match it actually mattered in. So we had a good first 10 minutes at which I basically, and because we didn't score in that 10 minutes, same old shit, right? We didn't score in that 10 minutes. Basically, if Leeds don't score in the first 10 minutes, we get nothing from games. Nothing. Is that based on him hitting the crossbar with one shot? Could say with the comment, Dan James looked like he cared. I'd rather more of them than care than a guy that got a shot off. We didn't get enough shots off. It's not good enough. It's really annoying, actually, because a lot of things are annoying me in life right now. But you can always look on Leeds United to be like the one beacon of hope in your life. It always lets you down. In the end, it doesn't matter whether it's on the final day of the season. Doesn't matter whether it's on the playoffs. Always let you down somehow. And I'll be back for more punishment in August, like we all are. It's disgusting. No, fuck this. Ups and downs, this is bollocks. This is absolute bollocks. Why can't it be ups and ups? Why can't we have ups and ups for once? And actually get to sell. The one time we actually won something, we be allowed to leave the house. I mean, people did leave the house, but it's not the point. Could be worse. Barnsley still win things. Yeah, granted, it's League One usually, but it's... All right. Somerville and Nonto, I want them out of my sight. Out of my sight. Championship Player of the Year getting subbed off, and the only thing he really got today was a booking. I mean, he's obviously, when he went off and Nonto went off, it was obviously, all right, that's their last time they've kicked the ball for Leeds. Fine. Like, the well still turns, right? The next day, you get up and the well still turns. But, motherfucker, sorry, I'm just irritated. I'm very irritated at the team. And I'm so angry at Leeds United right now. I'm just sorry. This is just gonna be an hour of me sitting here just going, I'm so angry at Leeds United because I don't really know what else to tell you. Defending generally was okay on the day, but the one time it wasn't, it fucked us. Attacking, we supposedly have the best front four in the league. Didn't see that today. You never see it you never see true quality in a white shirt when you actually need it. Oh yeah, we'll beat Bristol City away by the odd goal. We'll beat Preston in the 90th. All right, fine. I'll give Peru, like, he had the composure to score a penalty in the 90th minute. Like, started us on a run, which still amounted to nothing. Sorry, I'm just going to say some hellos. Conche, can we just talk about our favourite music bands? I mean, I don't own your keyboard. You're free to talk about whatever you want, and I will read it out. There's not much I won't read out on here, with all due respect. Hello, Gary. Hello, Russ. Lolo's here. Sorry, lads, really disappointed. But he's not as disappointed as I'm. Let's stop talking about this useless bunch of chokers. We'll never be promoted. Hello, Slinky for Slink. We'll never be promoted. It's going to be 16 years all over again, isn't it? There'd be more chance of me personally getting promoted. The Smiths are still the best band to come out of Old Blighty. Okay. I'm pretty sure you're wrong, but I don't know. On the bright side, no VAR next season. There is that. Yeah, Oasis are better than Smiths. And hello, Disabled Team TV. How are you doing? Good to see you. I am a Leeds fan. Who said you're not? Farke needs to go. Okay, that's a fair question. People in the chat, does the manager need to go? I personally think no. Like, I don't see the point in sacking him personally. I mean, I think he can improve his performance. Like, you know. Actually, I'll tell you what annoyed me. A lot of things annoyed me today. But I'll tell you the main thing that actually annoyed me was the staleness of the passing. It felt stale. It enabled us to allow Southampton, because they, like, as Don Goodman on commentary, like, oh yeah, Southampton, when they're in possession, they play back three, and when they're out of possession, they play a back five. But we gave them enough time with our passing to make a back 10. It was disgusting. Like, what was the plan other than we're going to bore them into submission? But the problem is, there's no boring a team into submission when that team is 1-0 up. They're just going to sit there and just watch you come at them, and they're going to boot the ball back out. It's just annoying. And very sorry. I bet I've heard the word. You've heard the word annoying about 900 times. Disgusting about 700 times. I don't know. Do a counter on it. I don't know. Don't care. Need to sell Peru as well. But who will we get? Who's going to join Leeds United after today? You'll say, "Oh, Tom, you're a bit of a dome merchant," but I've had people, let's just say for argument's sake, Brownie telling me, "Oh, financial fair play. Oh, you financial fair play going to come for you." It's like, we didn't come for anyone else until after they fucking got above us. Disgusting. Again, sorry, it's another word I use a lot. Shit ref too. I mean, don't really want to blame the ref why we lost. I mean, he gave out a lot of yellow cards, but to both teams, so I don't know. Dan James needed to come in at half time. Something needed to happen. Somebody better than him anyway. Yeah, but who's better than him? You can't just sack the manager. Basically, what you're suggesting is to do what we did when we were in the Premier League, where you sack Jesse Marsh and not know who you're going to replace him with. Now, admittedly, in hindsight, of course you should sack Jesse Marsh because he's a moron. But the fact of the matter is, we arrogantly thought, oh, Arne Slot will leave Feyenoord for us because we're Leeds United in the Premier League. Whereas he sat there and went, nah, I'll wait till a better job comes in. A better job did come in, clearly. Oh, yeah, for anyone who doesn't support Arsenal, we approached Arne Slot back, obviously, 14 months ago, which in hindsight is massively laughable. But it's a thing that happened. Record sales state of, oh, we're doing the Oasis versus Blur are a better band than Oasis. Okay. Well, that got controversial quick. He's clueless at times, this Farke on sub. Farke's plan always seems to be, if we're in front, we could kill the clock in the 88th minute with the subs, which again is really good. But you need to be in front to fucking execute that. But what do I know about football? So we've currently finished a season 2023-24 where the 3 teams that got promoted got relegated. 2 of the 3 teams that got relegated got promoted. Guess who the odd team out is? The most Leeds thing ever. Plus, we also had call me if I'm wrong, we got the championship czar, didn't we? Like the man who, like, whatever he touches turns to sold. And basically, we got the man who know how, like, he only has to look at the championship and he wins it. But then we are the one team that Neil Warnock probably didn't get promoted. So, yes. Yeah. Leeds. Dr. Leeds, whatever you want to call it. Typical and amazing. And Farke will walk the championship next season. Yeah, more probably with someone else. Because it probably won't be with us, will it? No, I'm not saying like we're going to sack him. But I'm just saying, for that to happen, it probably will involve him playing someone else's job. Anyway, we will win the championship. We can't even win the playoff final. What a joke. Well, it does bring on late subs. Of course it was Leeds, yeah. I even watched Old School last night to get me in. I bet Will Ferrell weren't even there. I tell you who was there. Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale hiding in Southampton end dressed as Hagrid. which may explain why Arsenal dropped 2 games to Southampton last season. I'm just saying. Hello, Russ from DWTT. And it's a curse that Don Revie brought in a gypsy to lift. Worth trying again. Was the shirt too big again? Yes, clearly. The badge is mysteriously really heavy when it gets to April and May, or March as well, obviously. P on each corner flag, probably. Yeah. Old school is a pretty fun. It has its moments. To be fair to you. Yeah. I will tell you who will go next season. Joseph. No, this is a perfect opportunity for Joseph. Because if Somerville Nonto do, of course Rodon's going to go. He's on loan from Tottenham, sir. He's not coming back for another year in the Championship. That's absurd, sir. Sam Byram, no, because I think Sam Byram would marry Daniel Farke if he wasn't already married, and he's safe to say he's a big fan. Joseph could do what Somerville did this season. Like, you take your opportunity to be a first team player when that spot opens up by someone else fucking off. Pardon my language again. Neither is Jack Harrison. He won't be coming back after his mother fuck us about tennis wish. We are shit club compared, like, what? His mum's right. Jack loves alone Harrison. Like, and you can all get angry at me for saying we are a shit club, but what am I meant to say after we just lost a big game again? What am I meant to be a happy clapper and sit here going, this is amazing? Oh, we did really well. Like, yeah, we did in the sense that we got 90 points. But in the year where 90 points got you nothing. Russ Morgan thinks we need a striker. Hello to Wild Stallion. Fancy Leeds in 2025. The crop of relegated teams for sure. The only saving grace in this is that I suspect Luton will not have the. I'll be careful how I say this because I don't want to come back on me and make me look like a fool. But I suspect that they've taken most of the Premier League money and it will be spent on their infrastructure. Like, I think their stadium that they're building and things like that. So I suspect it's going to be obviously Sheffield United and what are their names? Sheffield United and Burnley. They're going to be up there, no doubt. So at best, we'll be competing with those two for those 2 spots again. But we'll be more disadvantaged than we were this season. But that's the very nature of it, isn't it? The longer it takes you to get out, the harder it is to get out. It's his mother who his manager is telling him to piss the club off. Aaronson going to tear up the Championship next season because he won't have anywhere else to go. No, I will read the other comments, but I think the thing is that Vincent Kompany going. I think Wayne Rooney would have got that Burnley team promoted. To be fair, people free to disagree with me, but I think they had such a weighted team for that division at the time that you'd have had to have worked hard to have not got promoted with it. Could be wrong. Just anyone can play attacking football with the best players in the league. Only Leeds United can play attacking football and then not try to score in the most important game of the season. Anyway, if Aaronson comes near Leeds, I will tell him to fuck off to America where you come. Come on now. Come on, sir. I get that you're angry, but come on now. Quite looking forward to playing Blunts. There is that, I suppose. Fucking Wayne Rooney can't even manage a club. That's interesting. But maybe you can get Hal from Sheffield United way on. He's a funny dude. Am I not a funny dude, Conche? It's not very nice to you. No, mate, joking. He is funny, actually, to be fair to him. I'll see some of his stuff. He was especially funny in the lockdown season when they weren't doing well. He took it a lot better than I took it. I'll tell you that now. I'll give him that. God help Plymouth with that granny shagging oinking charge. He's an American who not welcome back, who got us relegated. Okay. Well, no, I don't particularly want him back either, but oh yeah, David, thanks for stopping by. I would personally put on the logic of who like, for example, David, who are we gonna get that's better than Daniel Farke? I could be wrong, but I think that you need to keep the context that we were in shambles. Like, I know we're like, to the outside football world, it's like, oh, you got relegated. You got relegated and you have the parachute payments, etc. But ultimately, we are in the situation where players were trying to get out. We had, in game 2 of the season, with a 3-0, told Daniel Farke, I'm not getting on the bus. I want a transfer. Sinistera threatened to take us to court if we didn't sell him to Bournemouth. I think Tyler Adams threatened similar, but not on deadline day. But Arthur Bradley with Hoorahs and how he is. I'll give him that. You guys know Jesse Marsh ended up with Canada. Yes, I want it to be finagled somehow that Canada play Uruguay. Arthur, I believe Aston Villa are going to take what's his name, Barkley, which I suspected would happen. Like, I think you'd get a non-Big Six cartel team that probably would take him in, because at worst he's going to get, I don't know, he's probably going to be not on a massive contract compared to most of their players, because they're going to think that he'll be happy to be there, the opportunity, and at worst you just don't play him. But anyway, sorry, this is not Aston Villa fan TV. I don't even know if they have a fan TV. Piero said, don't buy him in January. Everyone having a go at me. I've seen him play at Swansea, lazy there. Even Allison's mother tried to sue Leeds as well. Did she? Allison is a wanker. That is a sentiment I do share, to be fair. Do you think Puta? Canada versus Uruguay? I mean, I think they both have to get to the semi-final, generally speaking, for that to happen. Which would be shocking in and of itself, because it's Jesse Marsh and Canada. Canada have good players, but again, I think their best player plays at like left wing back or left wing, and we all know that Jesse doesn't like wingers. So why even? Anyway, Puta, Dan Potts, like, yeah, okay. Oh, needs a name to Luton players. Said about Mandarin August, no good. Okay, players did not play much. Saints fan here wants to say big respect to your fans today. I travelled a lot on your line with your fans today, but good lads. Good luck next season. We will bloody need it. But yeah, in all seriousness, congratulations on the win. Obviously, I'm not most thrilled about it. But Just apparently Ben will be in a minute. You can tell I'm filibustering, but anyway. So yeah. What are we doing? The match happened. I mean, usually this is where I would say, the scene of the crime today was Wembley Stadium, and yeah, look at that, it's a lovely stadium, but lots of industrial complexes around it and all this, and this is what it looks like. This is actually the background. If like if Ben comes in or that, we have that background, and that's what it looked like with fans. So, in case anyone wondered, comes in, I can go for a team show. The front four were shocking. I know it's easy to say, oh, they were good for the whole season. It's like, yeah, but I needed them to be good today. I needed them to be good 6 hours ago. Lots of footballers are good in the regular season. Still. Who is Puta? We have a. Do you mean Potter? Potter. Daniel Puder, who didn't he tap at Kurt Angle on SmackDown nearly 20 years ago? It was 20 years ago. Bloody hell, show my age. Got the Barnsley red and white army in. That's okay. Thank you for turning up. I actually did mention Barnsley earlier, so like a dog whistle, they must have heard it. The red and white army of Barnsley. So dog whistle. You know what listens to those. Anyway, James come on playing for the shirt. I'll be shocked if Graham Potter would manage in the Championship. Same with Steve Cooper, because I imagine they both feel they're above it. Or at least we've got to play Oxford United, yeah. Nice one, Adam. Ex-Barnsley player. There you go. Here we go again. I suppose we kind of have to. But yeah. Very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I suppose I should bring up the graphic we have made by Director John, friend of ours. Thank you for taking the trouble to make this. I mean, we did not work the goalkeeper enough for my liking. It was, I think that belies the fact that we essentially went at them more at the end of the game than anything, as you'd expect a team that was losing to. And, thank you very much. Thank you. Roden should pass to Piru in the box. He almost certainly should have. 100 points plus next season. Garp as champions, as it should be. We did have two. We had, because the one early on, I think not went. I could be wrong, but it feels like Nonto scuffed the ball with the shot. That technically was on target. I mean, don't get me wrong, the goalkeeper would have had to have done really well to have. He'd have had to put in a lot of effort to not save it. But yeah. All hail Director John. Yeah. I'll be very surprised if we do another one of these even before August or something like this. But that being said, so thank you to everyone who has supported us this year in for our various episodes. And thanks to Director Joel. I'll probably do it again later, but thanks to Director John for his support and effort. Any of the graphics on this show that you do like tend to be made by him. And anything that looked like dog shit tends to have been made by me. But anyway. Con James hit bar, Somerville apparently hitting the bar doesn't count as on target. Not that I'm an expert on it, but still. I couldn't believe it. Still couldn't believe that hit bar didn't do anything, but anyway. Just that's what I was going to say. It's strange that it is literally the target. Yet if you hit it, it's not on target. Well, I mean, I suppose the target is the back of the net, but, the shape, you know what I mean. Just one of these weird quirks about football. Like how when they say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead. To which I'm like, it's not. It's literally not. Like, I know the sentiments about momentum in football, but it's not. The most dangerous lead is 1-0. Because if the other team scores, you're not leading. Anyway, sorry, off my soapbox on that. But yes. He was Leeds' best player. But, I mean, was that really saying much? And before anyone sits there and thinks like all I do is cuss and moan about Leeds United, when we win, I am very happy. And I will point out when players do well and when they don't. But what player did well? Other than Daniel James, like everyone's saying. And really, you're all basing that off the fact that he did a little bit of running and he hit the bar. Which still amounted to nothing for us. But, I don't know. You know what? I think I'm just going to put up loads of memes that are insulting Leeds because we deserve it for today's performances. But, anyway, is what it is what it is. Again, I don't know if Ben's showing up or not, but we'll see. Is there any questions or anything like that? Because obviously I'm trying to fill time before we are all fucking miserable right now. So I'll tell you what, I'll ask you all a question before I go. Because, well, not a question of the week. That's a separate thing. Seen any movies? Seen any good movies, Conche? James' shot goes in, we win it, fine margins. It's a fair point, and you could be right, but it didn't. So, if only my auntie had bollocks, she would be my uncle. But, whatever. I'm sick of football anyway. I'll be well away from it. But, Dad, what's that shadowy place over there? That's the Premier League, son. You must never go there. Because we're obviously afraid of it. Like we were afraid of winning playoffs. Napoleon Dynamite. It's a good film. It's a good film. Don't worry, Leeds. We'll win the playoff someday. Sure we will, Mr. Farke. Sure we will. Love Jamiroquai. Still think the music video for Virtual Insanity is brilliant, even though I do know how it's made, of course, before anyone tells me. But anyway, it's not the point, is it? Godzilla vs Kong 2 was alright. I agree. It was alright. It was like watching, I don't know what the right word is. Like, you know when you're watching a CGI fest? Like, even the backgrounds are not real, sort of thing. But your brother, Southampton should change it. Southampton should change. Oh, I should change the system for them. Godzilla last week, good flick. Yeah. Gentlemen, you've both worked very hard, and in a way you're both winners. But in another, more accurate way, Southampton are the winners. Very annoying. Very annoying. Southampton go up. Leeds stay down. Southampton go up. Leeds stay down. Never let it be said I don't have a sense of humour for this shit. I will meme anything. Could be worse, mate. Could be Huddersfield. It's fair. The dude from Downtown Abbey is in. Joseph James Roberts, second half. True, mate. Oh, one more. Everyone has a fear of something. Not everyone. The playoffs. Where's the playoffs? Sad. Just bear with me a second, sir. So I'm just going to have to get the link for Ben. Because I'd rather him come in here and start shouting the odds about Leeds rather than just me looking all depressed and shit. Let's see. Leeds lost it last 7 games. Teams work us out. Yeah, teams very quick. I think teams in the first go round we were blowing teams. Actually that's a lie. We weren't blowing teams away. We were winning games when we should have been blowing teams away, but we were easing off, like taking it easy on teams that would absolutely not take it easy on us. Like QPR didn't, for example. And for a start, you don't deserve to get promoted if you can't beat QPR away. You lose 4-0 QPR away, you definitely don't deserve to be promoted. Hopefully he'll be on in a minute. I don't think it's as simplistic as saying, I think for Leeds, the answer always tends to be, I'll just play the youth players. But we have a lot of young players. So arguably, like, we're playing an 18-year-old. Like, and yeah, he's a midfielder, defender sort of thing. But it's like, what are we? Eddie and Kay is the man to fire Leeds to the Premier League. I don't even know what to say to that. Somewhere out there says perfect. I don't know what is perfect, but okay. Is what it is. Anyway, let's go enjoy a cold glass of or whatever. Router, not always that great, always loses ball. Yeah. He's the sort of player who, when it comes off, you tolerate the 90% of football that he's actually doing shit at. But the problem is that I want players that I can rely on in big moments. Well and truly Farking. Okay, cool. Good luck with that. Hi Tom. Hello Ty, you were saying, of course. Hi Tom, I really don't know how Leeds messed it up. You'd see them score 3s and 4s, and other instances they can't score 1. Well, yeah, that is basically what you've described. I think universities should actually study this downfall. Universities should factually study how you can be top of the division going into the March international break, because the part of the context that will get lost in this is not only did we top when we come out the international break, Leicester lost the opening match after the international break. So if we'd have actually beat Watford, we would have gone even further clear. And I can't say we'd definitely have gone on to win it, but you'd be in a much better position than coming out the international break and drawing at Watford, which it doesn't shock me at all, really, in hindsight, because Watford are dog shit. But of course, played their absolute arse off against Leeds, which is a trend you'll find for a lot of teams. And as Jimmy is typing right now, cup final. We are everyone's cup final. And it's true. And then people laugh at you when you say it, but we are their cup final. Because if you go through any like championship social media page or whatever right now, and admittedly, like people might mock the team that lost the final, but there are people that are taking a really weird pleasure in us losing, knowing they're going to play us again next year. Just really weird, just really strange, really strange. Like a West Brom fan went, "Oh, thank you for the 4 points you took off us. We took off you last year," meaning obviously they got the points off us. It's like, but okay, cool. You got 4 points off us. You've probably been thinking of us all season, whereas I probably didn't even think about West Brom for the 10 seconds this season, other than when we played them. Nothing to me. And better yet, we're still in the same boat as them, because they also didn't get promoted. Idiots. Definitely not worth 35 million. To be fair, Conche, we didn't pay 35 million. It would have been 35 million had we avoided relegation, which we didn't. So it was probably somewhere around 20. To answer this question, yes, is Bamford in? Bamford has got the unique distinction of being unavailable for the final game of the season 3 years in a row, which again, unreliable. I don't give a fuck what people say. And I'm the one who sits here every week going, we're a much better player with Patrick Bamford in the team. But he's got to be in the team for that to occur. If he's unavailable, he's of no use to me. And I realise I probably sound like a massive wanker saying that, but he's of no use to me. He's a huge scalp for most teams, even though they wouldn't be admit. This is true. Like, it's just that it's annoying when you're it's annoying, like, because I think there's 5 or 6 occasions this season, CB, thank you for stopping by, where if a team beat us, they went on to lose their next game, which implies to me, because of the amount of times it happened, that a lot of teams basically put all their eggs in the beating Leeds basket, and then the other team they play next gets all the rewards where they're playing a knackered team. Bamford signed 1 year contract. I hope not. Some players were treated awfully. I don't know about awfully. Well, you say Cooper's treated awfully, but whenever Cooper played, everyone was calling for him to not be in the team. Cooper was a player where if he was on the team sheet, it spelled doom, and then he'd make a mistake or we'd concede a goal because of his lack of pace, and everyone began, "Why are you picking Cooper?" So I wouldn't go as far as to say he wasn't treated fairly or well or anything. I mean, you're all entitled to your opinions, but obviously I'm entitled to respond to them. Yeah, I suspected that's what Mr. Jimmy would type. I hope he doesn't mind me getting out in front by saying that. Farke needs to fuck off and get. I'll ask you the question, Mr. Hussein. Sorry, it was rude of me. Who though? Like, when I get posed questions, I like solutions. Who would you bring? Who would you sack if you sack Daniel Farke tomorrow? Who will be the Leeds manager by Tuesday or by Saturday? Realistically, like, I don't mean like, oh yeah, we'll convince Pep Guardiola to take it. Like, realistically, who will step in to the job? Yeah, that's fair. We actually won a lot of games where Byram did play. In fairness to him, he's taken over Brolin's sick note seat, and that. I don't think he's quite that bad. Amusing though. Good evening, hello mate. 3 teams you went down, 2 go up. Knew the 3rd team not going to be us. Sometimes I wonder why we bother. Sometimes I sit there and I wonder, like, why even get out of bed? Why does Leeds United even put on the kit and go out on the field? Because ultimately it just leads to disaster and pain and upset. And me sat here crying. I'm not literally crying, like tear ducts and stuff. Like, just there's none. There's nothing. If anything, it's just from win from the fan. Anyway, why does he not play Joseph? I imagine because he had Bamford and Piru. I mean, I know that's not a satisfactory answer, but that's what he will say when you ask him. Because he probably has been asked that at multiple points this season. Evening all. Hello, Richo. Congratulations, Southampton Premier League bound. Well deserved. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, congratulations to them. I'm guessing you support Everton based on your picture. So, there you go. But no, seriously, thank you for stopping by. I wouldn't be surprised if no. See, this is why I disagree, Mister IPW133. If Somerville and Nonto leave, that moves him up the pecking order. The same as Somerville got game time this year because someone else left. Rodrigo leaving, I know they're not exactly the same position, but Rodrigo and that leaving opened up opportunities elsewhere, and arguably they took those opportunities in their personal, like, you know, as in football's just a job. But good luck to you if you can take them, because as soon as you stop doing well, they'll treat you the same. Don't worry, that's what footballers do. They're loyal to no one, mate. That's a fair question too. Piru was awful. Joseph should have been given more preference. I hear Klopp likes Leeds. Why not? Get this Atalanta manager. Admittedly, I thought the Atalanta manager looked like my nan. But I don't know if it was insulting more him or my nan. Anyway, after the national break, Leeds had so much promise. Should be enough incentive to beat others. Exactly. Just like as I've said on this show, it should be studied. A university should commission a study into what factually led to us not winning the title / getting promoted or in any doing well by any metric or capacity. Stop talking rubbish. Who's talking rubbish? Farke never changed it. Why lost dressing room with some players? Okay. Still have to blame Poland for beating Welsh for put them in the doldrums. I actually think Wales beating Finland was disastrous because it led to the camera playing for Finland, who was then not basically the only Welsh player that came back fit was the one that missed a penalty. That meant they weren't going to be playing football this summer. Just Leeds fire sale got to raise under $1 million. No, but we could do what your team did and just spend loads of money and just like, oh no, if we get promoted or we get wherever we want to happen, then we'll take the punishment later because you're allowed to cheat essentially because the punishments never match the crime, do they, Richo? Plus, it's not like we're new to fire sales of our players. It's like 2004 all over again. Cooper, Byram, Shackleton out of contract this summer. Good luck to them. 2-point punishment, bit of a basically Everton cheated and got away with it. They'll say they got punished, but they essentially got punished to a degree where the league knew it wouldn't relegate them. That's why they were all really happy to take this. Eventually, they realised, oh no, actually, if we take these slap on the wrists, because Burnley, Sheffield United, and the other one, Luton, they're not going to catch us even with these deductions. It would have been a lot different if Leeds and Southampton were in the Premier League when those fines were being dished out. I can tell you that for a fact. You didn't do the punishment. You got a slap on the wrist. It's bullshit. And sorry, hello, Mr. Arsenal podcast, Ryan. How you doing? So it was rude of me. And Mum Overlord, who I believe is Stacey from JSY Talks Football channel. Nice channel. And how Everton have never been relegated, I don't know. It's because the league doesn't want to relegate them. Football, for some reason, they're an institution in the Premier League, which the Premier League doesn't want to lose. Because otherwise they would have... It feels all kinds of wrong. Selgray, 35 million. Somerville, we ain't getting that kind of money for Archie Gray. I don't think it will get 30 because we never went up. Like these are numbers you can command. Plus, everyone knows Nonto's going to be gone because he already went on strike once. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace. Don't get me wrong. When he was scoring goals for us, it was like, yeah, all right, you're working your way back into my heart and all this. But still, yeah, not good enough. Saying hello to Stacey. Big name players didn't look up for it today. Exactly. Gray go, big club buy him. Gray has signed a 5-year contract, and after pardon my language, after a fucking hour. Are you ready to come in? I can't hear. He's miming anyway. But hey, Mr. Tom, hope you're well after today. We go again next season. Great to hear from you, Jess. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, she has a good football channel where there's a good community there and does lots of watch-alongs and things like that. I don't know if you've got anything coming up, but good stuff. Nice, good people there. Archie won't leave us. We shall not be moved, as the song goes. You won't come up next season. That's not Nostradamus, is it? We've already lost the match. We know we're not coming up next season. Anyway, you'll lose your big earners. Probably. But anyway, sorry, I'm just going to let Ben in so I can shut my mouth and let him do some talking. Hello, Ben. How you doing?
Hi, mate. Sorry I'm late. I've been having a nightmare. But anyway, not the only one to have a nightmare today. How are we, mate? You good?
That's better days.
I'm just going to locate my earphones so I can hear you better. So if you just bear with me. What did you make of it?
I thought it was amazing. I had the time of my life.
Shocking on it, mate. Shocking. I didn't expect any less, to be honest.
I've only been ranting for an hour.
I know you have,
I feel I used the word disgusting about 7 million times.
Well, I've had you going like in and out. But obviously,
fair.
internet here is absolutely shit, mate. So I've had to just resign to my phone. In 1 second, I'll be able to put my headphones in.
So I've got some David Villamartine, good friend of mine, or ours rather, is a hi Tom. Very disappointing result, but not unsurprising. Just what we spoke about on the stoop. Yeah. Dr. Leeds, hi Ben from CB, and Ben living it up at B&M. Because fucking manager never changed it. I'm fuming. It does hurt. Like, it's why I'm like, I want you all to vent. Like, just get it out. I mean, obviously, I'm still going to respond to it. Sorry, Ben.
Do you want me to vent, mate? Daniel Farke is the most tactically clueless prick on the planet. Somerville's overrated and we should cash in on him because everyone wanks over him like he's Rafinha. He's nothing like Rafinha. So we should cash in on Somerville and Nonto, get a squad that can get us out of this shitty league because the amount of opportunities we've missed this season is ridiculous.
I still think we should just openly cheat the system. We're already dirty Leeds. Everyone already talks about us like we cheat. So we might as well just spend 300 million in transfer window. Because apparently we've got all these sports stars giving us money.
Yeah.
Let Russell Crowe buy us a player.
Yeah. Let Will Ferrell buy us a player.
Now, I know obviously people go, oh, I can't believe you're suggesting Leeds cheat. I'm like, obviously it's hyperbole. But the reality is that everyone, as we said, Everton cheated and they got a punishment which did not fit the crime, in my opinion. Everton are different, though. They see it different. They're like, oh, the league are trying to get rid of us and we overcome it. It's like, no, if the league wanted to get rid of you, it would have been 10 points.
Exactly, like it was with us. Look, just a typical Leeds Wembley performance. It was no different to the last two playoff finals that I went to watch. I'm so glad I didn't go today. I'm so glad. I'd still be depressed travelling back from London now. The best part of it was the last 10 minutes when he should have played them from the start, Joseph and James. That was the best part of it.
Will Ferrell can send you Giroud. He probably could. That would be good.
You've done well to rant for an hour, mate, because there's no way there was an hour's worth of talking about that game. It was just dross. They were there for taking them.
In all fairness, people in the comments have been giving me shit to respond to. Otherwise, you're right, I would have had nothing to say. I literally sat here with my arms folded at one point, like I have nothing to say. And then they started saying stuff. So I was like, they wanted to give us 17-point deduction, by the way. Oh, no, that's not true. I'm pretty certain that is not true. I'm sorry, Rico. I think you're lying, mate. No, sorry, I'm joking. But, no, in all seriousness.
Are we enjoying this again next year, are we, mate?
I really don't want to, but at the same time, I don't want to sit and make slides. I don't want to make slides twice a week.
You're sick of taking photographs, aren't you, of championship grounds?
I'm sick of taking photographs of the championship. I'm so sick of it.
Listen, I'll let you have a summer to think about it.
So loads of comments come through. Chungy, thank you for coming by. Today was an absolute disgrace. Words can't explain how angry I am at Leeds. Serious things need to change. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm loving this man because he's using my word of the day. No, actually, my word of the day was disgusting. So actually, it's slightly different, but still I appreciate the effort. look how not Forest have overspent and Leicester haven't bothered watching. Exactly my logic, David. It's like the punishments don't fit the crime, so you might as well do the crime. And plus, we're dirty Leeds, so
Well,
everyone expects it anyway.
there was no crime until the Saudis took over Newcastle.
That's fair. That would give us. Oh, sorry, I've already read that. Hello, everyone. That's true. They wanted to, but they didn't. How many did you get? 2. BX Gunner, hello, good to see you. Love how we got a mix of football fans. We even had a Barnsley fan that pulled himself away from his farm animals.
Did he?
Long enough to type something, yeah.
Oh, bless. I've got a friend lives in Barnsley. Yeah. He's got 6 toes.
Yeah. Sam Allardyce would got this team up because he sat down with Kinnear, told him what he'd do, but Kinnear never. Sam Allardyce wouldn't have got us. No, and obviously, I can't say you're wrong because it never happened. So I don't know. It's like saying I would win the lottery if I knew what the numbers were going to be. Like I don't know what the numbers are going to be, otherwise I'd pick them. But still, thoughts on some Shahib Qureshi. I hope I got that right. With thoughts on Somerville, is he off? Would he be? He's definitely off. Right.
He's got to go. Look, I'm not hating on Somerville. He's been great for half of this season, and luckily his numbers in that half of the season won him prematurely won him Player of the Season for the league, in my opinion. But he ain't as great as everyone thinks he is. He's a one-trick pony. He can't cross. He's shit at dead balls. He's not the greatest at taking people on. He's good at cutting inside and putting ball into the back at net. As soon as you double up on him, he's out of the game. He's no Rafinha, not at all. And people have banged on about him like he'll walk straight into one of the top sides in the Premier League. He might walk into their squad, but he ain't walking into their teams.
Ryan, the Mr. Arsenal podcast, has a question for you, Ben. Yeah, but it's a similar question we've had multiple times over the course stream. I personally always answer it the same way. What is your answer to what manager would you want to replace Daniel Farke?
Right now, anybody. Right now, anybody, because I get he's got us out. He's got out of this division twice, which fair play to him. I'm not taking away what he's done, but having watched him, his stubbornness and his failure to have a plan B, and his plan. Well, he does have a plan B, but it's shocking, and his plan A is shocking. And we got found out halfway through this season, and this. Sorry, keep falling on you.
No, it's fine.
The fact that we've got all that attacking talent and we can't break teams down, yet we've got good defensive talent and teams can easily break us down. He needs to find the right balance, and I just don't think he's capable.
I did say earlier, I'll tell you what winds me up about his tactics, right? And again, I'm not Farke out. I've said before, I don't believe in sacking the manager unless it's really untenable. And sacking a man after you've got 90 points, in my opinion, is not really the thing. But if people think that's fine. All loud opinions, but anyway.
I don't call it sacking a manager anyway. It's just paying him off. Paying him off for doing a bad job.
It's hard. Like, is it? He got 90 points.
But inevitably, Ipswich got 96.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to bang on, right, that, in any other season it'd have been good enough. It wasn't good enough this season, and you're looking at the points total. I'm looking at the opportunities we missed when it was in our hands. I also don't like the fact that he freezes players out for no reason. You've got players that...
One player he throws out, Ben, come to haunt us today. He throws Russell Martin out of Norwich.
Yeah.
He turns out he held on to that, Russell Martin.
Yeah, of course he did. Wouldn't surprise me if Creswell holds on to it and like to Shackleton and Gelhardt, and we've got a squad for a reason, and he just never utilised it for me. And then he'll come out and say, "I trust my players." Well, clearly you don't.
That's a fair point, IPW. I get annoyed at how slow the build-up is. Like, considering we're supposedly like have the most breakaway goals in the league and like all these kind of stuff, and it's like, so why does it take us 20 minutes to get from left to right? Why is the passing so slow that a Southampton back three can easily mobilise itself into a back 10?
It's ridiculously slow.
No stress. They defended us with no stress today, in my opinion. In hindsight, like if you watched the game tomorrow, you'd sit there think if it was not Leeds United, but you know what I mean, like pretend it's not Leeds, you'd watch it like neutral. You'd be like, nah, we didn't.
It's like
I know
watching
we were
international football, isn't it? It's yeah.
David says, agree with you, Ben. Cash in on Somerville, Nonto, while their stock is relatively high. Hope to keep Root there because he's a playmaker at this level. Get some experienced heads in the middle.
Yeah, I agree. Keep Root there, sell the other two, and get 4 or 5 championship decent players that are going to get us out of this league.
I think
sign a right back so we can put Gray in midfield and school him how he's supposed to be schooled.
We're suffering the shit from the previous regime. Like, yeah. And I know this is like long-winded thought, but if Victor Orta had, and I know he has nothing to do with this season really, but after I've just said that we suffered previous regime, but I feel like if we'd have just gone in the Premier League, right, Ollie Watkins instead of Rodrigo.
Buendia, when we had the chance to buy Buendia, you know, there's loads of players we should have bought.
And I know people like it's
a few from Brentford. There was someone else from Brentford we should have bought as well. Can't remember his name.
Ben Rama.
Yeah.
But we were in this situation where, like, I feel like, all speaking Spanish, and I'm not ragging on him speaking Spanish, but because he speaks Spanish, he could get in a room with Bielsa and convince him to come to Leeds. Yeah. I'll give him that. But then that doesn't mean you have to raid La Liga to make a statement. When you've got Ollie Watkins on your doorstep, Ivan Toney, all these players. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
I know it's a couple of years ago, so
we spoke to a lot of these players that we haven't had as well, and what makes it more frustrating is because it is in hindsight, and you look at the dross we ended up with. We took a massive gamble on a lot of Americans, you know, and it's like they're Americans. They can't play football.
And the one that could, the best one, Tyler Adams, was injured when we needed him.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'd happy fight if he can learn from his mistakes. 89 points wasn't good enough. Oh, why you got to do that, Rico? Like, why do you hate us this much? You audacity.
What peed me off most? They didn't do it for Bandy, man. They didn't do it for him. I just thought it was written for him, you know? Bless him.
His little face. He's probably telling one of us off in that photo.
He's probably ranting at. He's probably ranting at Billy Bremner or somebody.
No, actually, to be fair, like, obviously, I think he's putting some sort of curse on Jesse Marsh or something, because he was not a fan of that man.
No.
Bless him. For context, for anyone who doesn't know, because obviously we've got a lot of new viewers, this gentleman named Bandi Fornosky, or Fornosky rather, sorry, he died last Saturday. So obviously not yesterday, the previous Saturday. But he made the intro video for the show and was fairly instrumental in like the creation of the show and some of the ideas behind it.
Yeah.
So obviously
Very
his
opinionated
passing.
Leeds fan.
Oh yeah, very opinionated. But he had pins on anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I'll miss his banter. I will. Bless him.
Yeah,
My thoughts
I'll
go
miss
out to
him.
his wife anyway and
I'll
family.
miss him saying you don't know what you're doing, and me telling him to fuck off. I'm gonna miss that because it'd be disingenuous for me to act like it was always 100% cordial. That'd be a lie. But
Yeah.
But that being said, he inherently he did a lot of things for us. He did a lot of things for me that he didn't have to off of his own back. So it says a lot to his character. So I don't mean to turn this into a eulogy. But again, in case anyone wondered like why that's written at the bottom.
Yeah, I ain't had time to say thank you to him yet on air, so thank you, Bandy, and you will be missed, mate.
What's going on here?
I'm back. That's fucking shocking.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ben. But so yeah, in all seriousness, I mean, obviously, ultimately, football is just football. But I'm very hurt by today. Like again, that'd be disingenuous to act like I'm not and be like, oh, like. But ultimately, these are real people. We knew this person. It's gonna be weird to not see this person again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird to not be told off by that person again. Just told me off a
But
lot.
it is football that brings people like Bandy together with us, you know. The good and bad of football.
What I will say is, and I think it's really important, is that there are a lot of things in life that you look back on when situations like this happen and you think, oh, that may be really petty, or do these things really matter in the grand scheme of things? And sometimes they do matter in the grand scheme of things. But there are other things where you're like, oh no, I probably wish I hadn't done that, or things like this. And
Yeah.
it makes you get quite introspective. But admittedly, it's difficult to get quite introspective because we fucking lost. So it would have been really good if we'd have won the match, and then we could talk about Bandy, and we'd be like, oh yeah, but Bandy had absurd faith in Leeds United. He did. Absurd. Like, he believed we were going to win the title when we were 17 points behind. He openly believed that.
He believed we were going to finish 5th and get into Europe in our second season.
Yes, that was
forever the optimist. Ever the optimist.
Yeah. He had faith in Leeds United that you would not believe.
And he'd endured more pain than we have.
Yeah. So I'll bring this up for. Sorry, I'll go back to that, David. So I'm not ignoring it. Just some comments about Bandy. Thank you, everyone. Very cool to respect and acknowledge him. Kind of training 120 minutes. Rico, that's rubbish. Opinionated, always enthusiastic, and brought a chuckle to a show. Rest in peace, Bandy. And Rico with so sorry to hear his passing. Condolences to all his family and friends. Rest in peace. Thank you very much. Have you seen this clip, Ben?
Yeah.
I'm going to play a clip. I'm sure Ben won't mind. I'm going to play a clip of basically Ben. I don't even know what Ben said, but he basically said something to which Bandy did not agree with, and he let him know in no uncertain terms.
No, Ben.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
He's up there laughing at us.
Yeah. No. My thing with this, right, in hindsight, was he started celebrating his prediction being correct when the job wasn't done, which was my contention with it. It was like, I wanted him to be right and that we would overturn their lead. But the league didn't end at the March international break.
No, well, our league ended at the March international break.
Yeah, the rest of the championship continue playing. But anyway, but obviously not going to dog the man too much. But what's the word? We're not disingenuous people, personally. So, we talk about people as we know them.
Yeah.
Obviously, famously Penn. Don't get me wrong, he clipped the shit out of me when we actually did get top of the table. But I was more sat there like, Bandy, we've not won it yet. Like, if we win the championship, I will sit here and suffer you playing this thing back to back until August. I will happily look like a fool if we win. But anyway.
Bless him.
Your comment about Leeds wanting you to be relegated shows more than you rather than Leeds. To be fair, I don't care about Everton. From IPW 133. No, Rico, no. To be fair to Rico, though, he is engaging with us, so I'll give him that. When Everton go bankrupt, will they sell the new stadium to Wrexham?
Yeah, they've got to pay us 100 million yet, and then everybody else
free money. I'm 65 years old. What's a great side of Leeds United? The best Leeds United team I ever watched, right? Personally, I can kind of name it now. When we beat Liverpool 3-1 at Anfield in, I think it's 2001.
Yeah.
I think it was 2-1 at Anfield. Sorry. It would have been April 2000. Basically, it was the one. It was like obviously
Alan Smith.
Yeah, but no, not the one where Alan Smith scored like within 10 seconds of coming on. No, that was 3-1.
He got the winner, didn't he?
98. Yeah, that was 98. But my favourite one, it was basically the midfield. It was cool, and I know we're not meant to. He ain't in my all-time favourite Leeds 11, as we saw the other week. Neither is Rio Ferdinand, but they are part of the best Leeds team I physically watched in one game.
Yeah.
Rio, Radaby, it would have been Mills and Hart left back. It would have been Dackle and Bowyer. No, Dackle and Batty, Bowyer and Kuhl. And then obviously the front two, I'm pretty sure it was Viduka and Smith. I don't know. But as an actual team, as a unit, it was phenomenal. Great performance at Anfield, personally. And I'm no fan of Smith, Rio, and Kuhl, but they were incredible on that day. Has there been a great Everton side since Dixie Dean? I've never heard Dixie Dean's name mentioned so much as when Haaland broke that Premier League scoring record. And it was like, oh, but he hasn't broke Dixie Dean's, has he? It's like, yeah, but you're talking about an era of football where defending didn't exist.
Exactly. Yeah. Dixie Dean, there's a lot of bullshit that they compare that era to this era. Offside didn't exist. You could basically do what you did at primary school and goal line.
Dixie got 60 goals in the season. But of course he did. I think the goalkeeper used to stand at the side of the post and have a cigarette.
I think that's in that day and age with them rules, 60 goals is shit.
Been a Leeds fan since 67. Well, I've been a Leeds fan since 1995, and I don't give a shit because
1986.
You can't help when you were born.
No, you can't.
Likewise, Rico, I'm 4 years younger than yourself. What a team. Football's changed so much since then. Yeah, I'd say. Everton side in the 80s, they were good. Leeds won Division 1 title after it. I mean, these are all facts, of course. Everton 80s were good. Speedy, Chevy up front, big Nevin. He was really good for a fat bastard. Like he I know they called him the cat, But that was like a nickname where it was like, why'd they call it? Oh, right, it's because he is like an actual cat.
I remember in '91 singing "Sit Down" to him as he sat next to the goalposts.
You've
Our
told
first
this
game back up.
Yeah.
Our first game back up, and I think we won. Yeah.
3-1 half time, weren't we?
Yeah.
In Dixie Dean's days, you could pass the goal into the net and get away with it. 60 goals in a season was amazing. Balls were heavier, same as the kit. I mean, Stefan, you were around in Jesus' times, though, so you have an unfair advantage over us, mate. Like, you physically saw Dixie Dean. But strange, you could change wife, girlfriend, job, but you can't change your foot. Tony Cotty. Russ, I do hope you have a question of the week, by the way, because you know, your team chooses you, not the other way around. I don't know where Ben went there. Cheeky sod. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, and I'm allowed to be in this moment because my team have not done the job, not performed. You know, I was thinking of stuff. You know, like when you have a word in your head, in different synonyms. Anyway, sorry. But I'm sure I'll let Ben in a second, but when he comes back. But what sort of question do you want? Russ, surprise us. Guide about Bandy, was it sudden or unexpected? From what his widow wife Aqualma said.
Hello, fucking internet shit here, mate. Honestly,
so I was just
who's
answering
my
a
friend?
question about. So Ben was just answering a question about Bandy. He basically, from what I recall of the story, was basically he started coughing. He was doing okay. Then he started coughing, and then he was gone like 10 minutes later. It was so it was sudden. It was unexpected. It was one of them things like, you know, when you know someone's health isn't fantastic, but you don't really say it because it's not your business.
Yeah. Look, his attitude to it was he's going to live his life out, and he did.
Yeah.
So fair play to him. He never let it beat him, did he? So.
No, he didn't. But
No, Blin.
Yeah. Sorry. Just I'm gonna get you a lot of use out of that, mate. Couldn't help myself. Stefan's laughing. No doubt, probably my rambling. David Villamartin's first Leeds game, 25th August 1973. Everton versus Everton, 1-3-1. Howard Kendall, Alan Ball, Everton's midfield taken apart by Reeves boys. You actually see the Reeves boys. Look young for your age, David. Okay, I'll give you that. Latchford, great goal scorer, decided to go to Swansea, still score goals against Leeds. It's always the way. Dr. Leeds. Where do we go from here? Sorry, to the pub, probably. No, I don't know. Well, I suppose, although we've lost the playoff final, but essentially it feels like relegation, right? So you take stock, you find out who wants to be there and who doesn't. Is more usually our one advantage is the fact that we will know where we stand a lot earlier than we did this time last year.
Yeah. It's down to recruitment now, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And which of the three? I'll just be happy we keep Gray. I'm not bothered about the other two. Let's get as much money as we can.
I was highly disappointed in him today, though.
What, playing the onside?
Well, no, not so much the defensive aspect. More when we were going forward, they kept giving the ball to him, and I'm like, no, give the ball to Somerville. He's actually our best. But why you keep giving the ball to Archie Gray? Get the ball to our best.
And he kept doing a Byram, cutting back inside with it. Yeah.
Now, I'm not necessarily digging him out as if like that's his, but it was like he's putting in crosses to people that are not there, or they are there and the cross ain't making it. And
Southampton's balls from the back through the midfield, their balls seem to be where as their players turned on it and went forward. All our balls to our midfield was back to play, one touch, and then spread it wherever. There was no solid flow forward.
Is that 92 CB? Sorry, Ben.
It was just slow, really slow, just horrible.
Yeah, it was like I don't say watching paint dry, but it was very slow. It was probably knocked himself out again. So last year of 1972. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I had the Rocastle game in my head. Leeds 6 Oldham 0. First game in '84. Instant addiction. Yeah. Because you know what? Addictions are really good, Jimmy. Don't know what to say. Anyway, so last year he was a little kid. Ipswich always had decent home record against them. Could never win at Ellen Road. But anyway, when Ben does find his way back in, I suppose I'll do the question of the week. Oh yeah, we do have a question of the week. Usually it's a combined 11, or not a combined 11. That's not true. An 11 of Leeds and players that have played for both teams. Oh, so it is literally a combined 11. I don't know why I said it wasn't. Players that have played for both teams. It's usually a lot of fun, but I've already done it for Southampton this year, so we had to get a bit more creative for the question. But I did do a bonus question as well, although the slide's a bit odd, so it will play it both ways. Anyway, that being said, so I'm a bit manic with all this football nonsense going on. And we just see who played. Oh yeah, I had this already in case we won. I had that ready also in case we won. We didn't win. So anyway, Farke is all lateral and backwards players taking the easy option, not being brave. See, yes. I mean, that's not even really an opinion. That's what happens. It's all let's go backwards. If you have a 50-50 decision, always take the safe option. Retaining the ball is a lot better than not retaining the ball. It's like, no, sometimes it's a lot better to go forwards, lose the ball up the pitch, and then at least you give yourself time. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, I've come outside to see if it's any better.
Are you in a futuristic arcade or something?
No, I'm at work. I've been loaned out to another store tonight because they're running behind. So yeah, it's shit. It's shit. If anyone wonders, I'm a replay manager for B&M.
So Ben is broadcasting live from the future, basically.
From Clifton Moor in York. I've just walked through a cobweb, mate.
Ben just walked into Tron. Good idea. To the fridge for another bevy. But no, to answer your question, it's hard to know where you go because you got to find out who your players are. It's what we were just saying. You find out who you've got, who wants to stay for the fight.
Yeah.
And who's like, no, actually, I've had 2 fights with Leeds. It's now time for me to go or whatever.
Look, I'm not.
Obviously, Rodon's gone. Obviously.
I don't know if he's gone. Look, maybe we are a bit optimistic thinking that we might get him and with other offers, but I don't think that he wouldn't want to stay, you know. But I'm not upset really with any of the players this season, individually. They've all given us something to enjoy, and I just feel that we just need a few little bits and pieces just to complete the puzzle. And if it means getting rid of a couple, then so be it. But it's about time Bamford left. We actually just got rid of the dross that we're not going to play. If we're sticking with Farke, he needs to get his own squad in of players that he does trust.
rather than him pretending to trust players that he won't play. Because if you trust them for me, then you'll play them, do you know?
Yeah. Okay. So, I hope you don't mind, Ben. I'm going to get on with the question of the week.
You carry on, my friend.
So, in a rare thing, basically, Director John did load in a little jingle that Bandy made for the question of the week, which I will play out of respect to him. So, here we go.
Where did we get question of the week audio?
He absolutely despised my version of question of the week, naming it, but yeah, we'll give him his moment. In fact, we'll do it one more time. One more time.
One more time. Mr. Tom's question of the week.
The question of the week this week, as sponsored by Director John. Who is the only Leeds United player to score a hat-trick in extra time of a game? And there's a bonus question alongside it. Who scored a goal and an own goal in the same game? IPW has a question for Ben.
Which is? I can't read that. I'm on my phone.
Are you smoking a spliff?
Yes.
Russ wants a jingle. Scooby D2, how are you doing, sir? With Somerville will go because he's one of the ones that got decent wedge for. Will he probably go? Keep Archie, Ruer James on the wing switching. Yep. Seems plausible. Lorimer may be in the European Cup match. Jack Charlton. Do you smoke, Paul? Paul. Well said, Ben. Get rid of the old guard, rats that fled the sinking ship, and those we can cash on.
Yes.
Oh, does anyone want a clue?
Yes, me.
Those are the initials, and those are the initials.
Oh,
Both.
What's that say? PH? Or
PM?
Is it Paul
PM.
Madeley?
Nope.
Nope. David Weatherall?
Ooh, ding.
So we're going that era. So PM will be...
John Charles. Ding. Paul Mariner.
Philemon Masinga.
Ding.
Boom.
In a 5-2 win, I believe it was an FA Cup replay, third round replay in 1995. And I thought Paul Mariner was a ref. And who scored an own goal in the same game? Own goal and a goal. David Weatherall.
The Bradfordite.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I met David
That
Weatherall.
is the Mr. Tom question of the week.
It's like some 1970s travel segment on a show. I love it. It's cheesy, but I love it.
He was so determined to turn this into a 1970s game show.
I'm telling you, mate. I love him. God bless Director John.
Mariner played for Ipswich, centre forward. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Not at the same time. Paul paid for Portsmouth, Ipswich, and Arth. Oh, but not at the same time. That makes sense. That made sense. Was a toughie, Mr. Tom. Good question. Oh, thank you, Scooby. This has actually been quite a well-viewed show. Not that we ever really make a thing of that, but I know the reason why. It's because mainly there's been shouting and crying, not literally crying, but which is ironic because it's actually the show I put the least effort into making out of the whole season.
Yeah.
So that's a lesson to be had there. Russ Morgan's question of the week.
I've missed
Russ
Russ's.
Morgan's question of the week. Get your own jingle. There you go. David Batty and Gary Kelly scored how many goals between them in total during their Leeds United careers? I think it's
7.
5.
I've got 7.
5. Because Jimmy's gone for 6. He did. Jimmy's gone 6. He said 5 no. Oh, so I'm wrong. 7 no. 6 no.
8.
4 no. Is it more?
I can think of 4, I think, that Batty scored.
Oh, so Gary Kelly may have had... Did Gary Kelly have a couple of free kicks? I don't know why that's in my head as a possibility. Oh,
I'm going 8 or 9, no more than 9.
yeah. Oh. 8. 8 goals. So let me check on the thing. It's Scooby D2.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby D2 with 8. Thank you, Russ Morgan.
Thank you, Russ.
Thank you. Not to go too behind the curtain, but how long did it take you to conjure that up? And yeah, scored a couple free kicks.
Sorry about that.
Well, a couple, yeah, because I think David Batty scored literally a couple for Leeds. So, is there any chance you have the breakdown, Mr. Russ, of how many Batty and Gary Kelly scored? I asked a friend, starting with G. That's a very Tony Turner-ish of you, answering a question with a question. Conche, my question of the week is who opened for the Smiths when they made their American debut in Manhattan in 1983?
I was just muting while I went past the stereo.
No problem. One and only concert before going home the next day. I have no idea, Conche. That's more of a question you should ask Jersey Chris. He has an absurd level of knowledge. I actually guessed 14. But as soon as you get points for your working out, you get caught an idiot for saying that.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I'm guessing you cannot hear me. I don't know why I said that when I suspected he can't hear me. Therefore... Oh, you got to be thinking 700? Gary Kelly was at Leeds for 10 years. No, 1,000. Can you hear me now, Mr.
I
Ben?
can hear you now. I do apologise about my
No.
poor technical abilities this week.
CB asked Alexa. Well, we've heard of them.
I've made this the most budget show going. I do apologise, viewers.
Enjoying your show, guys. Lots of LOLs. Well, thank you. I'm glad you did enjoy it. don't know what to say to it.
I'm going to have a word with myself, don't worry.
Why not? Why not? Tom says a foul. Oh, the question is Russ did a bonus question or follow up. How many appearances did they make it together in total?
Kelly and Batty. It's going to be a fair few.
I said 1,000 because
I'll go
obviously Kelly was 10
1100.
years, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'll go 1100.
Luckily, Ben can't lip read the names you called him. 400 from Scooby D2. James on earlier, different game. Graham midfield earlier, different game. I asked stubborn Farke is. Let's move on to next season and take the league by storm.
I hope
400,
you're right.
no way. Scooby. Gary Kelly was at Leeds for 10 years.
Batty had 2 stints.
So Batty played for Leeds for what?
Kelly's up there, isn't he? Kelly's up there with the top 3 or 4.
The second stint was 4 years, right? I'm guessing he had less appearances in the first stint.
No, I think he had more in the first stint. He was a constant regular in the first stint, whereas I think he was rotated a bit more second time round. Obviously, with Decor, we had quite a few midfielders. First stint, he was since was it about 1986, 87 maybe. He was sort of an ever regular.
Are you doing it as league appearances or everything combined? Oh, you're right. He did have a lot of appearances for Leeds in the first stint, but not more than the second. Actually, that's a lie. It is more than second. It is more than second.
I don't know about 11, but Kelly's up there about 600-700, isn't he?
It's Madonna. Sorry for Oh, Jack Priestley says Ben's in B&M.
I am.
Ben says 1,000. He went to He did go to Blackburn. Then from then he went to Newcastle and then back to Leeds.
Then back to Leeds.
Madonna was still with the Breakfast Club at that time. See, blew you away. Either that, didn't I? Yeah, it's true. Oh, but music is not my area of expertise. If you want to ask me something about SummerSlam 1989, I could probably tell you what colour socks the Macho Man Randy Savage wore that day. I couldn't. It's an exaggeration. I don't know. I'll tell you what colour pants Elizabeth was wearing, though. It was red. Because she whipped her skirt off, so you saw. Like, I didn't stalk her.
I didn't miss any predictions for last night, did I?
Nah.
No.
Stop doing it because it was
Who
nice
won?
to just sit and watch it.
Who won? You, obviously, but who won out the rest of us?
I believe Russ got second.
Well done, Russ.
Russ got second. I think Stan was third. I think Gary was fourth.
Did I beat Tony?
I know you weren't last. I do know that.
That's good. I thought I did all right.
You did do okay. You did perfectly respectable, in all fairness to you.
I beat you once, and that's all I aim to do.
Well, on the last weekend, there were 3 shows across that final weekend. You beat me twice.
Happy days.
There you go.
I'll sleep.
That was partly why I discontinued it, because I knew Ben had beat me. So I was like,
yeah, because you was gonna discontinue it earlier, weren't you? And I said no.
I was like, Ben got his win. So the answer, according to Russ, was
904.
904. Oh, so I feel I did okay with 1,000.
Good question.
great question. Yeah. Thanks for that, Ross.
I might have to give
I
him.
sounded really enthusiastic with that, but no.
I'm thinking we might have to give him the permanent fixture of Russ Morgan's question of the week.
I mean, Russ, we can literally. Don't get me wrong. I can get a Ouija board and ask Bandy if we can pass the jingle on to you.
And that's it. And I can knock you up some graphics.
Yeah.
So, overall thoughts on the season, Tom? Not just today.
The season led to us, by virtue, obviously, the reality is we got 90 points. That obviously meant we won more games than we lost. Ultimately, that is still a more fun season than losing every week in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it still led to us being unhappy. So I don't know really where I stand on.
I'm just going to leave it at, it's nice to be winning games again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though we fell flat when it mattered most. But I'm not going to depress my summer with that. You know, I'm just going to think, look, we've got something to build on. I'm not overly worried about the teams that have come down. Have Sheffield United got a points deduction, or I think they've got some sort of... I heard that they might have some sort of points deduction. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know where I heard it, though.
I don't know.
Don't know where I heard that, but I might be wrong. Don't take that as gospel. I'll do some research on that.
Before we go, BX Gun says, I can tell by the level of skill I'm playing against 10-year-olds on EAFC 24, and I feel like a god.
You take that moment, BX.
You score a goal past him on us. Tell
You're
him
probably
it's from the
more
Wheel
likely
Love
playing-
Leeds show.
You're probably more likely playing 40-year-olds because the 10-year-olds are pretty good.
Well, the 10-year-olds have the time to put in. 40-year-olds are like, oh, I don't know if I can get time
No,
off work.
40-year-olds think it's still FIFA 2005 and they're still mint at it.
There you go. We have a young team, but I don't think we're Premiership ready this year. Interesting.
I don't think any of the three have gone up a Premiership ready yet. But that's the whole point.
But it's a lot better to go up and find out that you're not, and then you come back down 250 million richer. More than anything. So yeah. So basically, this is essentially the end of the season for us. Maybe back next week just for a more informal discussion on things.
Might do some breaking news shows depending. We'll have a chat. What we Tom? We'll see what we can do. But thank you for all your support, everybody, during the season. I definitely
want a... Sorry, Ben, go on.
No, yeah, just thank you everyone for joining us through the season. It's been fun. It's been good fun. We've loved having you. I think I'm right in saying it's not the end of We All Love Leeds, but we are going to have a summer break. Tom's YouTube commitments are rather hectic, so he's earned it.
Yeah, like I say, I would rather be looking at like a format change. Like, I personally think how this went tonight is actually really promising. Just conversation about the game. Rather than busting my... And I don't want to sound like lazy, but like busting my ass on photographing the Championship. Like, not even the Champions League, the Championship. Anyway. But yeah, so that being said, thank you for all your support.
Have a wonderful
summer. Hope to see you again. Yeah, if we don't, then good luck with your lives.
And good luck to your countries, whoever they may be, in the Euros.
Oh, Euros is on, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think we'll have any players in it?
Have we got any players in it? Are Wales? No, they're not in it. Ooh, I don't know. I don't even care.
Got a new sub. Oh. My table was nearly gonna because of the erection that was holding it up. Anyway, sorry, what? That's not PG. Anyway,
Sounds like
take
that
care,
Leicester fan
everyone.
channel.
Yeah. Always great seeing people. With the general football chat aspect, probably get more views. That would be okay. Like, don't get me wrong. You know what, Stefano's an idea. I'll give it 7 erections out of 8.5. That's fine. Anyway, sorry, the Leicester Till I Die channel rubbing off on me there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's just pretend to be there for 10 seconds. Oh, babe station.
Oh yes, I'm just going to go downstairs and have a wank.
Yeah, babe station. Yes.
Them Leeds fans, we've got in their head.
Oh, those Leeds fans. Those Leeds
Oh,
fans
you should
love
have seen
coming.
that Leeds fan channel that I accidentally watched. An hour into it, he started smoking.
Stefan, we are impersonating an actual Leicester channel. That's how the guy talks. He's a proper Walty Mitty character. Anyway, but I'm sure he's a nice guy, really.
No,
but yeah, he's a bit obsessed with Leeds and Babe Station. Have a good week, IPW 133. I just realised, is that a variation on writing Ipswich? Stefan, are you bringing your Ipswich friends in here?
Well, if he is, good luck to him. Good luck to him.
No. Sorry, Russ, I must preface this. We know of this channel because of the main Leeds fan channel, which is called The Square Ball. They do a show called Propaganda, where they watch other channels and then
take the piss
back with the funny things. Yeah.
So we've seen their clips through that.
Yeah. But off our own back, I haven't randomly watched a Leicester channel.
No, I don't lower myself.
But for
I have one
context,
club and one club only. But now my allegiances head over stateside to the Rangers. So
Game 2 tonight. Oh, sorry, Game 3 tonight.
Game 3, yeah.
Game 3. So obviously, good luck to the Rangers again. Sorry, be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Director John. He has put in a lot of time in the past year for us. And I was going to say for free, but even if it wasn't for free, he won't be getting any money for it because I would tell him it'd be free. And, you know, sorry, I don't know what's the best way of saying it. Like I'm embezzling. Anyway, sorry, but in all seriousness, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to everyone, Ben?
I love you all. Hope you have a great summer and we'll be back next season.
Well, I think you're all right, and I hope you have an all right summer.
And thank you, Tom. Appreciate all your efforts this year, mate. You've been sterling.
That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. That being said, I'm going to say, so I'm going to turn out the lights. That was more dramatic than it needed to be. Good night, everyone. Leeds.
Leeds.